Ontology and epistemology are two words that can evoke a real sense of dread in undergraduate and postgraduate students alike. But what do they actually mean? Briefly, ontology is about the question, what am I looking at? And epistemology is about the question, how do I go about studying it? Ontology, the what question, epistemology, the how question. In this video, I'll get into more detail and explain them in relatable, everyday terms. And by the end of this video, you will feel more confident in understanding them and writing about them in your academic work. We're going to tackle ontology first and then move on to epistemology. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Yardley, and for the last 2 decades, I've been teaching sociology, criminology, and social policy in UK universities. In that time, I have helped students smash through abstract, impenetrable academic jargon and supercharge their assignments, ending up with first-class degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, and places on some of the best graduate schemes. Let me help you get fantastic results like this by subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Let's get straight into it with ontology. You should think of ontology as the what question. What am I looking at? What do I think the social world looks like? How we see the social world will have an impact on the kind of research we do within it. So understanding the range of different ways of looking at the world is an important thing to know because it's where we begin from. Ontology is kind of like seeing the social world like a hotel or a home. Is the social world like a hotel that we just stay in for a while? We spend some time there. We don't change anything about the hotel. We're guests. The hotel exists independently of us. It just is. It was there before we arrived. It will be there after we leave. We don't really have any influence or impact upon it. It is unaffected by us. It is a concrete reality in and of itself. It is external to us. This is a realist position. Realists believe that there is a tangible social world, an objective reality that exists out there. It's external to us, it's relatively stable and fixed, and regardless of what we do or how we choose to understand it, it exists nonetheless. It is simply there, and it has a reality all of its own, independently of the things that individuals do within it. We don't create it, we don't control or influence it, it simply just is. It's not influenced by things like personal feelings, interpretations, or prejudices. And it appears the same to everyone who looks at it. It is concrete, it is unbiased, it is real. The other way of seeing the social world is viewing it more like a home that we live in. We make changes to our home, we style it, we decorate it, we put our own stuff in it. We have an impact upon it. We create it as our home. It's not simply an objective concrete house or apartment. It's our home, and our impact upon it is immense. We create our home. We influence it. It is uniquely us. It is uniquely ours. It's personal. It's emotional. It's saturated with feeling. This is an idealist position. Idealists do not see the social world as fixed or stable, but as permanently under construction. It's not concrete, it's blobby, it's jelly-like, it's always in the process of being created and moulded. It's fluid, it changes shape, it looks and feels different to different people. We use names and concepts and ideas and labels as tools to make sense of what we experience, to describe, to categorize, to make meaning. There is not one objective reality, according to the idealists. There are multiple realities. Our understanding of the social world will always be subjective, meaning that it will be shaped by our own feelings, interpretations, and prejudices. So the social world will not appear the same to everyone who looks at it. That's ontology, so let's briefly recap. Ontology is the what question. What am I looking at? What do I think the social world looks like? Do I see it as something that's relatively fixed, rigid, and unchangeable, that I don't have much influence over? That's a realist stance. Or do I see it as something that's flexible, something that changes as it responds to what people do within it? That is an idealist stance. Now let's move on to epistemology. Epistemology is the how question. How do I go about studying this social world that I see? How do I approach this social world that I want to make sense of? What's my strategy? How should I generate knowledge about this social world? Again, we have 2 positions. There are those who seek to explain and identify the causes, And then there are those who seek to understand and identify the meanings. Those who seek to explain and identify the causes are positivists. They believe that we should try and understand the social world in the same way that we try and understand the natural world. The kind of questions that positivists ask have a lot in common with the questions of the natural sciences, like biology, chemistry, and physics. They believe that we should stay true to the principles and the processes of these natural sciences. We should record, test, and experiment. We should be objective and value-free in our research. We should focus on explaining human behaviour and ask what causes people to act in the way that they do, what factors impact upon this. Positivist research is often deductive. This means that positivists test out existing theories that have been developed by other people who came before them. On the other hand, those who seek to understand things and identify the meanings are interpretivists. They believe that what we study in social sciences is wholly different from what we study in the natural sciences. Humans are unique and distinctive and individual. People are not like rocks or substances or solids or liquids or gases. Their behaviour has meaning. The social world is meaningful. According to interpretivists, people's actions are based on how they interpret the social world around them, and that varies from one person to the next. So we should focus on understanding human behaviour. How can we make sense of people's behaviour? What does it mean for them? What does it mean for others? We should seek to empathise with people, see things from other people's point of view and perspective. Interpretivist research is often inductive, focusing on the generation of new theory from what we observe, rather than testing out theories from people who came before us. We start over, we generate our own meanings. So that's epistemology. Let's recap those two positions. Are we seeking to explain things and identify the causes, observing the social world from a distance as detached, objective observers who are seeking to explain what's going on? That's a positivist stance. Or are we seeking to understand things and identify the meanings, immersing ourselves within the social world, recognizing that we're part of it? That is an interpretivist stance. Essentially, ontology and epistemology really are as simple as what and how. Ontology is the what question. When you look at the social world, what are you seeing? Epistemology is the how question. How do you then go about researching that social world? Ontology, what am I looking at? Epistemology, how do I study it? If you are confused by critical analysis and thrown by theory, you should check out my digital course, Theory Boss. In this course, I empower smart social science students on taught postgraduate programs who don't feel they're getting the grades they deserve to master theory and crush critical analysis so they can ace their assignments and write dazzling dissertations. Head to the link in the description to find out more about Theory Boss. I will see you back here soon for more theory and critical analysis tips.